I was on my back porch seeing these spotlights, and I know that Chetamel has these spotlights, but I'm also seeing spotlights and lights in the sky. So spotlights are messing me up because I don't know what are the lights in the sky at this point, or what are the spotlights. So it's like something's playing with my head. So I'm on my back porch this one night, and I see these spotlights playing, and I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to ignore them because they're not doing anything new. So I'm doing my thing, and then from the corner of my eye, I see what I assume is a plane coming way up high from the corner, and I'm on my screened-in porch and just looking out, and it comes down on an angle and lands behind the back of my property. So, like, on this angle, and I'm thinking, where's it going? There's nothing back there. And I saw a few, and then I would see a light flash at the top of it, and it looked like a plane. It looked like a silver plane going like this on an angle, but then when this light would flash, it would flash way up here, and I would see a dome appear under the light and on top of the plane. And it would keep doing that. But then it would disappear behind the property, and then I would see these spotlights. So the next day I told Annette about this and said to her, listen, this is really messing with my head. I don't know where these planes are going, but the next time I see them and I see the spotlights, can we just please drive out? I just need to know that this isn't the Chetamel spotlights because it's screwing with my head. She's like, sure. Next night it happened. So I see these planes going back behind the back of the property, which is behind her place. So I call her up. I'm like, okay, let's go. I see them happening and I see the spotlights. So we get in the car and we start driving down towards this area, and we could see the spotlights. But as you saw when we drove over here, the road was all windy. So it seems like it's to the left, but then it seems like it's to the right. And we can't make out where it is. And then they stopped. And I literally get to the end, almost to Mexico, and there was no spotlights. So I'm like, okay, let's drive back and then we'll see if they appear. So we're driving back, no spotlights, no spotlights. We get almost back to my road. There was nothing, but I wasn't satisfied. I was like, no, this is not okay. Something's messing with my head. We need to turn around. So we turned around again, and as we're driving, we approach this way. I see the spotlights again, and it looks like it's coming out of this field, like literally right back in here. And it's not a massive spotlight, but it's a small one, and it's up like, in the air. And I turn, I'm in the driver's seat. She's next to me, and I stop the car, and I say, look, because it's in this direction. Sorry, it's in this direction, right over there. So she looks, I look, and in the time that I looked back at her and looked again, a massive craft appeared right there. So where I saw the spotlight was to the right, and then a massive craft, which I believe was triangle, which I know now is triangle, but at the time I was like, is that a triangle shape? So I said to her, look, there it is. And she said, that's a tower. That's a light tower. It's not moving. I'm like, what are you talking about? It wasn't there a second ago. So we both hop out of the car. It just seemed like this massive black thing in the sky, and had this big orb. It was like this ball of contained light at the front of it, not like a spotlight at us, but somehow aimed at our direction, but not like a spotlight at us. And so we're standing there looking at this, and she's like, see, it's not moving. And I'm looking at it, and I could see it's like lifted in the front, like the point is lifted, the orb is on the front, and then I could see windows under it, and I could see movement. And then these two lights under it, just solid lights, both like a golden glow, one on each side. So it looked like this triangle thing that was upwards. So we're standing there looking at it like this, and then it starts moving. But first, before it started moving, it shuts off the orb and starts sparkling these red and white lights under it, like pulsating under it. And it's just, there's no sound. It's hovering over the field, and then it starts going this way until it disappeared behind the trees. But it was dark out at night, so we didn't even know we were in front of a cane field. We were on the main road, and all we could see were some trees in front of us. So we watched this thing move at a snail's pace and just disappear behind the trees. So that was a massive craft in front of us. And distance-wise, if you want me to point how far from here, so if we were standing here, do you see where the field here is, the grass is low, and then where it gets tall again? The craft was about that far, and it was huge.
So you've known Niss for a while?
I've known Niss for a year. I met her on vacation here. I met her on Instagram. So when I decided that I wanted to explore Belize as a place to live, I started looking people up that seemed like they might be doing similar things to what I was interested in. I saw, it was like maybe my second week here, I was outside by myself because I always come out and look at the stars at night. And I saw something moving, and I was like, that's moving. It must be a satellite. It wasn't a satellite. It was kind of going this way and that way and then up. And so, and it was blinking red and white flashing lights, and I stood there and looked at it for a while, and realized it was something. It was an unidentified flying object for sure. And I went in and talked about it. And then I did see something very similar outside of the cane field that Niss took me to one night. And then I've seen actually after a meditation, Niss and I and another woman did a meditation where we kind of joined hands for a while and just breathed. It's like a 15-minute meditation. And we all saw two objects coming, just, swirling kind of by, and then they disappeared.